Hey everyone, this is Brian from Uneekor. Today we are at Epic Studios with Ted O. Ted's an extremely accomplished golfer himself and now has become an extremely accomplished golf coach among the professional ranks. Today he's going to share a little bit of his story and also how he started using Uneekor products to help out his players to reach the top levels of golf. So after your playing career ended, when did you kind of get into coaching and like how did that kind of come about?
I was in Japan, and then I was going through some knee pain. I had some issues with my body, and then I said, called up my caddy and said, "We're packing up, going back home. This is too much for me."
Mm-hmm.
So I knew at the time, physically, my career was over. So I just couldn't, it was just too much grind on my body. And true story where I was in the airplane. I was thinking, okay, what should I do? As soon as I got out of Tom Bradley Airport, I was waiting the curve and waiting for my wife. I got a phone call from one of the LPGA players. Says she was kind of watching my career, and then last few events I withdrew. She said, and then the dad called and said, "Hey, what are you gonna do? I noticed that you quit a few last few tournaments ago. Yeah, I've been physically in pain." And said, "Can you come out to LPGA events and help out my daughter?" And within 2 weeks, I was teaching on LPGA. So a lot of coaches, I kind of did the other way. They teach the juniors, little kids, and they kind of move up to the LPGA, PGA Tour, being a tour coach. But I kind of did the other way. So I started teaching on LPGA, PGA Tour. And when the Corona hit, so I couldn't travel for that 1 year. So that's when I started teaching locally. Built up this studio with Uneekor. So that's where I am. So right now I kind of it's a hybrid. I'm gonna travel maybe once a month, and then teach locally.
So when did you decide to kind of set up the simulator golf space, Epic Golf Studios?
Technology. A lot of top coaches are using technology now. And then when I was at Candlewood, I was just teaching them out there with the video camera, and then I was like, well, I need a little bit more to keep up with the pace these days. I need a simulator. And obviously, majority of my students are very serious golfers. So either they're trying to get to Division I college, scholarship, or they're on the tour. So I needed to find something that's very accurate, very good. And then, to be honest, Uneekor wasn't my first choice. I tried out different machines and realized that it wasn't up to par. I was very inaccurate. And he said, my buddy does Uneekor. They're new, and he just brought it from Asia. So I give it a try, and then I tested out with different machines. I tried, sometimes I put like 3 different machines on the side, see which one's most accurate. And then finally, I noticed that Uneekor is most accurate. It is by far the most accurate. The teaching these days, the kids want to know where how they stand, what they're doing. I think it's back in the days it was just more visual, but now, you saw that guy Aaron back there. It's like he wants to know exactly where that ball's hitting. He wants to know exactly the path. He wants to know how he could maximize distance. So basically, what I teach him at Uneekor is like, well, your spin rate's a little too high. That's why you're sacrificing distance. So we could get more roll if we just try to take the spin out. Or you could launch it a little bit lower or higher. So that data you have, I could work with the players. And then they're like, see, if you do it this way, look, it's so much better. You see the ball flying better. So that's the advantage you have with the simulator, where on the course, it's just too much feel. So I'm sure when I was giving the lesson, Aaron asked me, I feel like I'm dipping if I do this. Boom, one click, and say, see, you're not. You're staying very level. Where it was just visual, and then I tell him, even though I'm his coach, they kind of like, no, I feel like I'm dipping. Like, no, you're not. But the simulator is like, watch. And they're like, oh, you're right, I am that. So that's the advantage you have.
So in addition to the numbers, you also have the like the club view, club
view,
optics, and then swing optics.
Yeah, so you got cameras on both sides. So you can work on, see down the line, or the caddy view in the front. Probably the best thing is when they certain positions where they feel like their club face is a little open, and then right away I can just click it and say, yes, it is open. Oh no, it is square. You just cut it off the heel line, and that's why it won't slide. So
yeah. Like on the range, if you didn't have this, it's like you don't know for sure.
Yeah,
it's like you can go back and forth with the student like all day.
And then obviously they trust me, but still the feel is not what I'm telling them.
Just confirm with the
confirm it and say, hey, see, it goes right.
Yep,
So
yep,
they
yep.
truly. So the girl named Gina Kim just graduated from U. She got her tour card and she was struggling. And I teach together with Coach Angel. And then I said, when she came down here, I said, let's work on putting. And then Coach Angel, he specializes in putting. He actually did all his lessons in the studio. And because it's got the camera system, he knows the path and all that. So, and after about 3 weeks, just last week she won. And then people think even using the simulator for putting, the feedback you get is so much better. So obviously distance control, there's certain things you have to do on the course. But if you're working purely on a stroke, Coach Angel did everything inside, and then last week she became a champion. So it was from a girl who couldn't make almost had like a putting miss, and he turned her around, and then 90% of the lessons he did it indoors. So simulator, people think it's just a full long game, stuff, but putting too.
Can you talk about your favorite feature?
I like View a lot because all the information you need for teaching, it's got it all. And then I tested almost every one individually, and I don't want to say which other company, but I tested with other companies. I know for sure that ball curved right. I mean, you can tell by the swing and everything. And some other machines said it kind of went left. That's not true. But Uneekor, it will tell you. If you miss it right, it will tell right. So in the beginning, I had doubts too. It's like, it's a simulator. I'm going to use a top of the line machine. I'm going to compare it. And then I started noticing a pattern. It's like, no, actually, this machine's wrong. This is more accurate. And then I start double checking every data, and it is by far the most accurate machine out there.
Nice. So in your opinion, what do you think is more important? I mean, I know you get the ball data, but is it ball data or club data? Because that seems to be kind of the...
It's by the club. I mean, it's club. You have to come down correctly to hit the ball in the middle of the club. And after that, you go into ball data to fine tune it. You want extra distance, or you want more spin, just that. But at the end of the day, you need both. Obviously, if you have that club face open and coming down, cutting it, you're not gonna have a good number with balls. So obviously, if it's a club, you gotta swing the ball, you gotta make a right contact. But when I go purely for distance, I use ball. Because if you gotta take the spin rate out, you gotta take the launch out and stuff. But obviously, the main thing is the club, because you have to hit that club accurate in the middle. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, but the spin rate, launch angle, everything is very accurate. So the information I get here, I use this. Even though I go outside sometimes, and then I might use a couple of different machines, videos or whatever, but I take it inside to double check it every time because it's more accurate than any machine that's out there.
So thank you, Ted, for your time today. It's been good, very insightful, and really interesting to hear about your career and how you came to learn about Uneekor and how you set up your system.